Hello everyone, it is Toby here, back for another training session here on the channel. It is the day after Boxing Day, the 27th of December, and we have got a Strongman events training session where we're going to be doing lots of fun stuff. In today's session we're going to be doing the usual suspects of heavy log, incline log and close grip bench to absolutely fry our pressing. And then I am absolutely adamant to get some practice in on the Circus Dumbbell. I bought myself a monster dumbbell for Christmas as a present to myself, and I need to get good at it. My PB on this is currently a very ropey 65 kilos, and in competition as part of a medley, I am going to be having to do 75. So we've got to put the work in, we've got to get good, and that is the goal of the end of today's session, is going to be to practice that Circus Dumbbell and get good at the technique. So that is, as I said, at the end of the session. So we've got a whole host of fun shoulder and tricep accessories to get done first. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be really, really fun. And Circus Dumbbell is not something I've done on this channel before, I don't think. So it will be fun to get something new done. But I'm really excited. I'm really hyped. I'm more motivated than ever to get in and get some hard work done. So without further ado, let's get set up and started on the log press. But before we go ahead and do that, I just want to say, if you are new here, go down below, click subscribe and check out all the other videos on this channel. We are currently on the road to a 300 kilo deadlift, and we are closer than ever. In fact, it is my very next deadlift session that we are going to be going for 300 kilos, and I'm confident. Everyone in the comments is confident. So make sure that you subscribe, turn notifications on, and stay tuned for that monster pull coming very, very soon. But as soon as that's out of the way, we are fully flung into competition prep with lots of really fun and interesting events. So really, really fun stuff for you guys to stay tuned and stick around to watch over the coming months. So yeah, if you're new here, click subscribe and make sure that you stick around for that. But if you're just enjoying this video, go down below, leave a like, as that helps out the channel massively. But as I said, without further ado, before this little interruption, we are now going to get started on the log press. Now you may be wondering why I'm over here instead of by the door like I usually am for log press, and there is multiple reasons for that. The heater is pointing right at me and it's really cold. Will's not here, so I've got the whole gym to myself, and there's a load of empty boxes of food and crap in the corner where I usually do my log press, because we're still tidying up after Christmas. So I've moved over here, and it actually, I think, makes for a better video as it's a bit more light over here, and hopefully I can get similar sort of angles and such. And we're going to warm up on the log. It's feeling, I was feeling a little lethargic coming into today's session, but seem to have pumped up now. 110 we're going for a triple today, and yeah, starting on the empty log, 52. Should feel nice and easy, but the main thing I need to warm up is my knees, especially with the dumbbell coming later, and make sure the explosive power is there and I'm not relying on my strict power too much. So let's get warm. So something I've immediately realised is I've forgotten my cap, which I was trying out, but I'm going to try and go without today and just figure out how to keep my head back without that cue. Knees, feeling a bit ropey, but they'll soon warm up. Yeah, and I mean, I've hit the roof, but I hit the roof anyway. As it gets heavier, I hit it less and less. It's just a fact of training in a very short garage, especially with Circus Dumbbell. We're definitely going to have to go outside for that, but it is miserable, foggy and wet at the minute, so if I can get away with doing log inside I will, and I'll just deal with it on the Circus Dumbbell. So next up, wax and tent on 72, a couple sets on that, then we'll just move up to singles after that until we get to the top set. Hopefully the knees will be feeling pretty nice by then. On log, it's the only thing for me that I need to warm up is the knees. So yeah, let's do it. So for my last warm-up here, I've switched back to my old neoprene elbow sleeves because I've not been getting on with the triple ply lately. They were really good, and then they've just become a bit too restrictive for me, a bit more like cutting off the circulation, giving me a bit of tendonitis. So I've switched back to the neoprenes, which are a bit less supportive, but just keep the elbows a bit more warm. So I'm going to see how they feel for this session and sort of think about whether I want to go back to these full time. On the knees, the triple ply, fantastic, really, really supportive, and I don't get any sort of pinching or anything. But on the elbows, I think they're a bit too much for me. So I'm going to stick with the neoprenes for now, see how they feel, and see if that helps with both the log and the dumbbell. So yeah, I forgot to switch earlier. I meant to do it from the start, but I just remembered before the last warm-up. So if this warm-up feels good or not will depend on how I think these sleeves are going to fare. I'm liking the neoprenes. Feeling really, really good. Usually after log I have a bit of pain in my elbows, but they feel perfect. So 110 on, that'll be the top set. Hit it for a triple. Well, I am pretty damn pleased about that. It looks like I made the right decision switching back to the neoprenes, because there's absolutely no pain or tightness in my elbows. Feels really loose, and you could really see that on that top set there. It absolutely flew. 110, moving like that for a triple is mental. So for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be sticking with the old neoprene ones that I have. Hopefully the same happens on dumbbell, where I can get in a much better position and drive a lot more out my legs, and see if I could put some time on that. Because with my other triple ply ones, I feel like anything more than that contraction was really restricted, whereas this I can contract the whole way and still get the joint warmth out of them that I like. So really pleased with how they felt. A good little experiment for me there that's definitely paid off. So going into comp prep, I know that these are going to be the sleeves that I'm going to be using. But anyway, we are going to be putting the log into the rack and doing some incline log press. This is a fantastic accessory. I bang on about it all the time, but it really is fantastic. It's the perfect way to build pressing power with the log, because when you're pressing with the log, you're in an incline position anyway. So doing it supported in the rack seated just allows you to get that pressing pattern completely worked without taxing yourself cleaning the log or standing with it. So yeah, I'm going to set that up, and that is what we're going to do now. I'm going to try something a little sketchy and put an extra 2.5 on the other side of the safeties, because that's the unfortunate thing about having a short log, is there's only so much weight you can put on it before you go outside the safeties. So going to try that, because 102 kilo is getting a bit easy for sets of 3 to 6 for me now. So we're going to try 107. Haha, 3 it is. Alright, so that looked like it was going to be easier than it was. The problem with incline log for me anyway is as soon as it goes, it just goes. As soon as you lose that position and the log rolls a little bit down your chest, you just absolutely cannot rescue it. So really pleased with 107 for 3. That is actually the heaviest weight I've ever done on incline bench in any capacity, because I never really go that heavy on barbell. So really pleased to be making that progress on the log, and it bodes really well for all of our pressing endeavours in the near future. But speaking of pressing endeavours, we have got close grip bench press coming out now, which arguably is stronger than my regular bench press. So yeah, it's a brutal tricep finisher after such a heavy session, but it's really, really good for you, really, really fantastic for the triceps. I'm excited to feel how it feels with these on compared to the really restrictive triple ply, and just, yeah, mess around with that. So up next, we've got close grip bench press. Well guys, I am pretty damn pleased about that as well. 130 for any number of reps on this setup is a PB. So to get 2 sets of 6 and a set of 5 when the rep range is 5 to 8 is very, very welcome and very, very good. I think my decision to use the neoprenes has very clearly paid off, and just the fact that we're really, really strong with pressing at the minute, so really pleased about that. But now it is time to head outside and do some dumbbell. Circus Dumbbell, of course, one arm, nice and explosive, full body movement. Hopefully my taxed triceps shouldn't be too much of an issue, as it's more of a throw and catch than it is a press. But we need to work on the technique, we really need to focus on it. So I am going to do exactly that and just focus on what I'm doing, try and get a nice solid position, a nice deep dip and drive, and just get really good at it, hopefully. It is very frustrating with a movement that you're not quite there on, but knowing you have the ability to do it, just not being able to put it into practice just yet. So we're going to practice, we're going to do it. I'm just going to film a load of different sets of me doing it, talk through it, that sort of stuff. Hopefully the weather has cleared up a bit. As you can see, it's still pretty manky, but we'll do our best to give it a go. I'm getting much more consistent with it. This would be 60, which is very close to my PB, and if I do this well, we're boding well, so let's give it a good go. So I'm positioning it well on my shoulder, and then I'm just pressing it out to the side. I just can't do it over my head, I don't know why. We're going to keep trying, we're going to try and get 60 again at a much better, more stable position. Yes! We're getting somewhere with dumbbell now. That felt really, really good, really solid, and I can feel the technique being ingrained. So gonna try and get a PB of 65. Probably won't go heavier than that unless it feels mega, mega easy. But I just wanna make a really solid attempt at 65, because then it's exactly 10 kilo I need to put on my dumbbell by competition. So yeah, it's gonna be a challenge, but I'm feeling much more confident with the dumbbell now. It's taken a couple of attempts to get there, but we're getting there. Well, okay then, 65 kilo, my PB, unquestionably now. That was solidly locked out, held for a split second, and then promptly tripped over. So yeah, feeling really good on dumbbell, starting to get the hang of it now. This is like my third time ever doing it with a monster dumbbell, so the fact we're getting close to 10 kilo off comp weight, well we are 10 kilo off comp weight now, is fantastic. Got a good couple months to get used to it, doing this every week. I do want to feel 70 kilo, at least on my shoulder, even if I don't press it. I just want to feel the weight, so I'm going to do that now, but I doubt I'll actually press it out. I should really say I jerk it out, but that sounds ridiculous. But yeah, I just want to feel the weight, going to give it a go. But by no means am I going to realistically try and go for it if it feels off. But yeah, really, really pleased with how dumbbells go in this session. Alright, so Circus Dumbbell was a massive success, as you saw just there. I tried it for the first time in like a year the other day when my stuff arrived, just off camera, me having a go on my own, and I was honestly crap, really, really crap. Very, very ropey, like 60 kilo press, and then I failed the 65. Sent the clips off to Loz and got some feedback, tried my best to implement the feedback today as part of this session, and lo and behold, it's feeling much, much more stable, much, much better, and it will just be a case of practice, practice, practice now. 70 kilo on my shoulder, felt good, it's just a case of strength now, getting used to exploding out of the push there and being able to catch it. So it wasn't a technique issue on the 70, it was just a strength issue now. So it is just going to be about building that up, building, and getting good at the movement now. I feel like I've got the technique down enough where I know what I'm doing now, I know what it should feel like, and I know what feels good. So really, really pleased to get a PB on the Circus Dumbbell at 65. Puts me exactly 10 kilo off the comp weight for the Haynes Farm Open in April. I do have a dumbbell medley in Oxfordshire's Strongest Man as well, but I don't know the weights for that yet, so hopefully it's not too ridiculous. But dumbbell in both of them means I've got to get really good at it. So you'll be seeing a lot of the Circus Dumbbell moving forward, but I am pleased with today's session. It's been such a good one. To tell you the truth, yesterday's session, I had a bit of a stinker, and I've had a bit of a stinker with the water softener coming on now, or the water pump, so you'll have to excuse the whirring, but I'm just going to keep talking over it as best as I can. Nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. But yeah, so yesterday's deadlift session was a bit of a stinker. It was my last deadlift session before the 300. As you know, it was my light week, and it just felt off. It just felt awful. and I've not been very well during it. I've still got it done, still got everything done, but it didn't feel as snappy and as easy as I wanted it to. Watching the videos back, it all looked fine, it all looked really good. It just felt awful. So yeah, rested up overnight, got all the Christmas crap food out my system, back on my normal diet now. I'm feeling much better for it. And I think this session really shows that I'm feeling better for it. So it's only a few sessions now till we pull 300. I'm super excited, but I'm even more excited to get stuck into event prep for these competitions coming up next year. Doing that dumbbell has lit a fire in me to get really good at it, and log press is just moving better than ever. That 110 triple was really something spectacular. It was super easy. And yeah, everything was fantastic. I hit multiple PBs in today's session. Obviously an RPE PB on the log, never done it that easily before, and then weight PBs on both the incline log and the close grip bench, and then a big PB on the Circus Dumbbell. So overall, a fantastic session. I'm really glad I recorded it for you guys, and that is where I am going to leave today's session. So if you did enjoy, as I've mentioned before, go down below, click the like button. It really does help me out on this channel. It's the best way to boost these videos to the algorithm, getting more and more people watching them. These training sessions have started to ramp up a little bit, so we're getting lots of new viewers into them, and I really hope that you guys are sticking around. And if you do want to stick around, the best way you can get notified for all of my uploads is to subscribe and turn the notifications on, and make sure you catch these videos when they come out. I'm on a sort of loose upload schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the minute. Obviously I had to skip off Friday's video purely just because it was the Christmas week. I completely run out of time, but we should be back to it starting from this video on the normal upload schedule. But yeah, if all you want to do is like the video, that is more than enough. But anyway, thank you guys once again so much for watching. I'm pumped, I'm super hyped for what's to come in the future of these training sessions. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.